back to the jump. It is time to play America's favorite game. Something, nothing.
Let me check my notes.
Or everything. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, I know
Here's how it works. I will give you guys some topics. These two will tell you if it is something, nothing, or everything. And first up, Russ's vow to stop Ricky Rubio. Shout out to whoever did this graphic. Ricky Rubio dropping a massive triple-double Saturday night on Russ and the Thunder. 26 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists.
He does best.
This is, of course, his first ever playoff triple-double. Here was Russell Westbrook afterward.
Russell, Rubio got hot, especially, I think, from mid-range. I think he started 5 for 5. Just what allowed him to get so hot there?
He made some shots, you know, too comfortable, but I'm going to shut that shit off next game, though. Guarantee that.
Made both the people who don't like Russ, their eyes light up, and the people who love Russ, their eyes light up. What about you, Byron? Something, nothing, or everything?
Everything. That's everything, because you had a man that got hot. And first of all, Ricky ain't scared. Let's get that straight. He ain't scared of none of these guys. You know, he thinks this is a challenge, his first playoff series as well. And he's going against, you know, the MVP of last year and the guy that averaged a triple-double for 2 straight years. So he knows he's going against one of the best point guards in this league. But Ricky looks at this as fun. This is a challenge. You know, Russ had disrespected Ricky for the first two games. Didn't show him no respect. Yeah, shoot the ball. I ain't got to guard you. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to waste all my energy on that other end. He's got his attention. I can't wait to see Game 4. So, this is everything.
Yeah, I think it's everything, too, but for a lot of the same reasons, but some different stuff. He seemed more upset about Ricky Rubio embarrassing him, which he did, than he did about losing the game. It's not about shutting down Ricky Rubio. It's about stopping the Utah Jazz, answering the question.
Ricky
I get it.
Rubio.
I get it.
We cannot start criticizing guys for answering the questions we ask them. Otherwise, they will just stop answering the questions.
Because that's what he always answers questions the way they're asked, right? That's it. That's it.
Don't encourage him further to ignore. My question to you, though, is I wonder if it's, I don't know, anything or everything or at least something, because is that a distraction if Russ is obsessed with shutting down an offensive outburst from Ricky Rubio, who, granted, had a great game and his shot has gotten better in Utah, and shout out player development for the Jazz, but still, if your obsession is, I will not let Ricky Rubio score 50, isn't that a distraction?
That is a distraction, because especially when you talk about impulse control, and when you talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder, impulse control is an issue. Playoffs are execution time, right? And Game 2 and Game 3, they did not execute. Game 2, I thought they did well defensively. They were disciplined, but offensively, they turned into the Thunder show. Game 3 was the opposite. The defense was terrible. They just, man, Joe Ingles shoots 44% from 3. He was, top 5 in the league in three-point shooting, and he was open again and again. I mean, that's...
So you're right, defensive execution, our game plan execution should be take away the airspace.
Got to.
Bottom line.
Series is good. All right, next up, chippiness in the Heat-Sixers series. We love this one. Again, excellent graphic. The bad blood in the first 3 games poured over into Game 4 on Saturday. I hope this music is public domain. It's really good. If we get sued, can we just...
No, it is not from that movie about boxing that you hear.
Definitely not.
Completely different music.
In the second quarter, minor altercation breaking out, chaotic sequence. Goran Dragic getting fouled by Robert Covington after the ref's whistle. Now we're seeing Game 3, right?
Yeah, Wade and Justin Anderson.
I mean, the stomping on the face mask from Embiid. I mean, we can just keep going here.
Goran getting chippy. Everybody getting chippy.
NBA basketball, playoff basketball.
I mean, it's hard to not see all of these kind of falling into Miami's favor, not in terms of who won or lost, but just the chippier it is, the better it is for them, right? Is this something, nothing, or everything?
Well, according to my notes, I said it was something. It was something.
Do you not know your own opinion?
I don't know. But
you know,
here's the thing. First of all, what Coach just reacted with, that was the reaction I had watching these last couple of games. Like, oh, man, this is like a throwback series right here where the refs are letting them play and we're not getting guys ejected or overreacting to things. Guys are just going out there and being physical. But I definitely give the Sixers a bunch of credit for that Game 4, because you think about all the things that happened in that first half. You got a guy gushing blood. You got another guy going to lock him with a shoulder injury. And the way that he came out in the third quarter, and those guys came right back out and built a double-digit lead, a lot of young teams might fold because, whoa, This is like Friday the 13th, and the guy just won't die.
Well, you know what? Like you said, a lot of teams would have folded, especially young teams, because of the fact that they won Game 3. So, hey, guys, we got home court advantage back. This team was greedy. They were like, you know what? We're going to come back and win this game. So you got to give them a lot of credit.
Absolutely.
To me, this is nothing, or no, it's something. But this Game 5 is going to be even crazier. It's going to be more physical because Miami doesn't have anything to lose. They got to win this game just to get to another one. So you know they're going to come out and be even more aggressive and more physical in Game 5 than they were in Game 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah,
Believe that. It's going to be crazy.
Somebody might get roundhouse. I do want to.
Somebody go get
roundhouse
out this game.
I'm not going to say who's going to do the roundhouse,
Right.
but I'm just saying someone might get roundhouse.
Just leave James Johnson
I'm
alone.
still stuck on your Friday the 13th thing. I thought you were going with Friday, which would have been an entirely different reference. Go ahead.
The other thing I want to point out, keeping with the theme of execution.
Yes.
So the Heat really had an issue. This play right here. Shout out to my guy Ryan Wynn on Twitter. He diagrammed this play about maybe like 3 weeks ago. The Sixers love this play where Redick sets a high pick and roll for Simmons and then pops out, gets the ball, and goes into a DHO with Embiid. The Heat had a problem because they had to play Whiteside because they were getting killed on offensive glass. But when you do that, you run the risk of execution setbacks, right? That right there, that's not a new play they drew up. That's something, it's a staple of theirs. A prepared player, a playoff performer knows that, reads it kind of like Wade did in Game 2, talking about, I know that play, and when they do it, I'm going to blow it up on them. And there, Hassan was just playing basketball. I'm guarding my guy and beat what you want me to do. And you have to be cognizant right here. That was the end of the game right there. They needed that stop. They didn't get it. That's what we talk about when we talk about executing at the end of the playoff game.
Are you saying that a guy you're paying the max to, who's tying up a bunch of your salary cap, should make that play?
I'm saying a guy making minimum. If you're on the floor in a playoff game, whoever it is, it's not a money issue. We are in the playoffs. Our attention to detail has to be higher than what it is in the regular season.
He should know the play, like you said, and he should have been up big time on the screen. You can't be soft.
You know who that is.
Yeah, you can't be soft.
Next up, John Wall's fourth quarter heroics. Love that, too. Shout out graphics today and producer Mahmood.
Wow.
Brad Beal scoring 31 points, but fouling out with just 5 minutes left in a tie game. And
it's the opposite of the
we could get very lost in how egregious that call was. But Wall stepping up in a big way, scoring, assisting on 10 of the Wizards' final 14 points of the game, all with Beal on the bench. Is this something, nothing, or everything, Byron?
Well, let's go back just a little bit. First of all, it's everything. Let's go back to a little bit when everybody was talking about, the Wizards would be better without John Wall. If they got rid of John Wall, the team is doing well, because Bradley Beal was handling the ball and doing a little bit of everything. But it also shows how important John is to this team. And it's great to have two superstars that you can count on when one is especially missing, the other one can step up. John stepped up big time in this game and said, okay, you know what, Bradley, you out. You done fouled out. Terrible call, but you fouled out.
Right.
So I'm going to take over. I'm going to do what a superstar is supposed to do, and that's lead us to this victory. So this is everything for this team because, again, to me, solidifies how great John Wall is as a basketball player.
It's not nothing. It's not something. It is everything. He saved their season. They go down 21. It's a
over.
wrap. Game
It's
5,
over.
we're going back to the 6th, and it's over. But, Rachel, fourth quarter execution. The Toronto Raptors all year long. People tell me
I knew
they're
this
the
was going to
same
be on your
Raptors.
theme.
They're the same Raptors. I mean, they're going to go and do the same thing. I said, nope, they changed the way they play. They're different. They left those bad habits behind. And what happened? They made me look bad. I was embarrassed. I'm watching them play, and I said, this looks like 2015. What are y'all doing?
Okay, well, it is hard. That is why teams lapse into this. I mean, I don't know. I do want to say, though, Byron, I think after Wall missed a chunk of time, at first they were playing, quote, better without him, but then it became
they were playing
clear.
they were playing good.
Better, right, right. It became pretty clear, even to the people who don't like John Wall.
Raptors, you're the chosen one. You're supposed to win the East this year.
We're moving on to the Wizards. Focus. It became better,
game
even
plan.
to the
Now
clear
stick
to the
game
people who
plan.
don't.
Let's execute the game plan.
Exactly. People who don't like John Wall, it became clear even to them. John Wall, you are a better team with John Wall on it. But I think, Byron,
Absolutely.
the question became after the first 2 games of this series, hey, John Wall is really good, and nobody is arguing that. But do the Wizards need to make some sort of major franchise change, whether it's getting rid of some of the pieces around him or whether it is maybe trying to get 4 quarters for $1 for him? I don't, like, the big
You are so self-centered. You said nickels. You went right into your...
But no, the question was, do you need to mix something? After the first 2 games, people were like, wow, does this Wall-Beal thing not work? And do we need to mix it up? And that was never a knock on John Wall. It was just, is this working? Do we have to take a look? And I think what John did at the end of this game was not just save the series, but I think however the series
Save
comes
this era?
out, I think that people are going to be a lot less quick to hit the gas and we got to do something, we got to rip it up, because they showed that, hey, it can work in key times, and maybe it's more about tweaking than it is about ripping up the whole.
So Beal's the one that's getting traded.
No, I'm just, you know.
But it is tweaking. It is
Right?
tweaking. It is to keep those two guys together. They're great together. They got a great relationship as well. They play well on the court together. It's just a little tweaking here. And first of all, we're panicking to a sense where the series is not over.
Yeah.
Man, thanks a lot,
this series,
Toronto.
yeah, this series is not over. So let this series play out, and then we'll go from there.
If they had gotten swept, it would have been a legitimate question.
No doubt
But
about it.
They have shown these last couple of games it is not. All right, last but certainly not least, the Cavaliers matching suits. This is producer Danny's favorite.
Y'all ain't right for that one.
LeBron, long history of giving his teammates playoff gifts. He's a generous man. This season, he bought the guys matching suits for these road trips. They rocked the gray suits Friday, black ones on Sunday. They were fitted for them a while ago. Apparently, I read this morning that this was a Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade's idea.
LeBron idea when Dwayne Wade was still on the
Yeah.
team. I don't know, something, nothing, everything, guys?
No, Coach, you want to
First of all, I love it. And see, another thing that I was missing when I was in Cleveland.
Oh, you didn't get.
I didn't get a suit. Did he get the coaches a suit?
I don't think.
I don't know if he did, but if he didn't, he should have. You know, that would have been cool too. But damn, something else. But anyway,
No,
to me, it's everything, because it still shows the unity that these guys have together. And I think I was like smiling when I saw this. I was like, this is so cool that they came in like this with the gray game 3, and then the black game 4. So to me, that's everything. And it's all about just unity.
I think it's nothing. I mean, it's cool though. It's cool,
It is cool.
but it's nothing. I mean,
I get why it's fun for the internet,
Yeah.
by the way, especially in a game that they lose on the Friday night. Everyone's like, oh. But look, this is a team, they talked about this on the broadcast. This is a team that has very little chemistry because half these guys just met each other 2 months ago. And if you are trying to do something to kind of create a little bit of unity, even if it seems a little, college rah-rah, I don't know that you sit there and
what did they do with Isaiah and Dwayne Wade suits? Canning Fry, what are you doing with your suit, man? You get yours?
Here's what the
Isaiah, they added
Jump
more
recommends
material.
for today. Tune in to SportsCenter for the latest episode of Hang Time with Sam Alipore. This installment, he squares off with Clint Capella in a French culinary cook-off.
Sam having too much fun, man. Sam,
After the break, we're going to talk about Pelicans. Here's Alvin Gentry's post-sweep locker room speech. This is awesome. Take a look at this.
Hey guys, I can't tell you how proud I am of what you guys have done. I just think that you guys always go into that press conference and talk about playing for each other. I mean, I think that's the greatest thing that you can do. It really is. I think we're so locked in, and everybody is so pulling so hard for each other that hey, we got a lot more work to do, but they better know that we're coming. Okay? They better know that we're coming.